Hi, and welcome back to Everything Hormones. I'm Dr. Ramsey, and I have an official FDA update for you today that we talked about before, but now it's official. But I always start with a prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for creating me in your image to be a pioneer and to be part of history with you. This is not about me, it's about you helping to heal men around the world. Today, we're going to review an FDA update that as I've been studying the research for many years, I've been wondering, how does the FDA not know all of this research exists? So thank you for bringing it full circle for me. I knew one day the FDA would catch on, but I didn't think it would be this lifetime. So thank you for showing me that the efforts in my work are worth it all, and for making this more available to more people to understand the safety of testosterone. All right, we're going to talk about the FDA and testosterone today. So this was posted June 16th. It's the Health and Human Services announcement. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services through the U.S. Food and Drug Administration announced today, again, that was June 18th, 2026, that it is requesting updates to the prescribing information for testosterone replacement therapy products following a comprehensive review of clinical data and existing scientific evidence. So testosterone's been considered to be on the controlled substance list because the belief was that testosterone increased the risk of heart attacks and strokes. I never thought that. I never read that in the articles. But now the FDA is catching on and is removing this black box warning, finally, so men have more access. So 3 things: remove the limitation of use of testosterone, update information related to prostate cancer, and revise warnings regarding BPH, benign prostatic hypertrophy. As men age, their prostate can get large, but it's benign, it's not cancer. All right, so these are the 3 things we're doing here. During Men's Health Month, we are putting science back at the center of men's health care. By updating testosterone therapy labels to reflect current evidence, we are giving patients and physicians clearer information, supporting informed medical decisions, and improving care for millions of American men. As our understanding of testosterone therapy continues to evolve, prescribing information should reflect best available science. The action helps ensure patients and healthcare providers have accurate, up-to-date information when considering treatment options. In 2015, the FDA required testosterone replacement therapy product labeling to include a limitation of use, stating that the safety and effectiveness had not been established in men with signs and symptoms of low testosterone. That's been taken off, right? So now men have symptoms of low testosterone. There's going to be no holding back. The limitation was added because evidence of benefit was limited and concerns had been raised about possible cardiovascular risks. Since then, additional evidence has become available, including, and this was in 2023, the Traverse trial we've talked about, a large-scale clinical trial involving more than 5,200 men. The trial found no meaningful increase in the risk of major adverse coronary events, that's called MACE in literature, heart attacks and strokes, among men receiving testosterone replacement therapy. Based on its review and of these findings and other available evidence, the FDA has concluded that the limitation of use is no longer warranted. Let's all celebrate that. So this does mean for our clinical practice that we don't have to draw mid-year testosterone levels anymore. It used to be every 6 months we'd have to see the level. That's how, like the FDA, we do this on our benzodiazepine patients to make sure they're taking it instead of giving it away. We're supposed to see, nice and high levels. Current labeling generally states that testosterone replacement therapy should not be used in men with known or suspected prostate cancer and warns that treatment may increase the risk of developing prostate cancer. Under the requested revisions, testosterone replacement therapy would be contraindicated only if the cancer's outside the prostate. If it's contained in the prostate, no problem. If it's outside of the capsule, that's the only black box warning, is outside the capsule cancer. Inside the prostate cancer, no problem. Available clinical trial and epidemiological data have not generally shown an increased risk of prostate cancer in men receiving testosterone replacement therapy. That is very true. It doesn't get worse when men are on testosterone. FDA is also requesting updates to labeling information related to BPH. That's the benign enlarged prostate. Current labeling generally warns that testosterone replacement therapy may worsen symptoms. FDA's review found that available clinical trials data do not demonstrate worsening symptoms in men with enlarged prostate, although evidence remains limited for men with severe symptoms, and those are men who can't urinate. I don't think I treat men who can't urinate. The FDA's responsibility is to ensure prescribing information reflects the best available scientific evidence. Finally, these updates provide patients and healthcare professionals with clear information about the benefits and risks of testosterone replacement therapy and support informed treatment decisions. Last paragraph. Today's action reflects that the HHS commitment to ensuring that prescribing information evolves alongside scientific evidence, giving patients and healthcare providers access to the most accurate and current information available. I have been waiting for this for so long, and I'm just so grateful that the limitation of use is going to be lifted so more men can consider it. The only contraindication is if men are trying to get their wives pregnant. They can't be on testosterone. Outside of that, they can. During trying to impregnate their wife, they will have no spermatogenesis on testosterone. It's a good form of birth control. But that's the one thing we need to know is if men are trying to get their wives pregnant, we need to be off of testosterone. But thank you, FDA, for evolving and for everyone in office who's pro, what I do, what the research has led me to do all of these years. And I want to thank all of you men who have trusted in me and had faith in the science without believing what everyone else had been saying about heart disease and strokes, which testosterone improves, not worsens. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.